Hey guys, welcome back to an interesting video on Wild Rift. So today we're back with a Jhin supplementary guide, and we've taken a look at a couple of Jhin builds now. We've taken a look at Youmuu's into Collector, into Crit Jhin. We've taken a look at Collector Start Full Crit Jhin with the Sterex. And today we're going to be taking a look at Shieldbow Jhin. Now personally, I still think Youmuu's is the best build, followed by the Collector one. I think this is kind of the worst out of the three, but this is sort of a lot more situational in a sense that much like Twitch or Caitlyn or Jinx, a lot of these champions, sometimes you do want to build Shieldbow if you're into a team that has a lot of burst and you need that, defensive stats. And a lot like the Twitch build we covered a few days ago, Shieldbow has to be a starting item for Jhin, because a lot like that one, as you can see, you can't really start off with an IE, with a LDR, or with a Bloodthirster. So really your only option to start off with is Shieldbow to give you that, of course, AD, the attack speed, the crit, as well as the physical vamp, and of course the lifeline passive. We're of course not going to talk about boots and runes because they're going to be changed, of course, in the patch, coming in, just over a week. So no point talking about those. IE second item, of course, boosts in your crit damage, gives you 55 AD as well as more crit. LDR, of course, for the armor penetration, as well as, of course, even more crit. And finally, we top it off with a Bloodthirster. Bloodthirster is going to give you, again, a huge bunch of AD, get you 100% crit, and give you that physical vamp. So, finally, for your last item, you can really go for whatever you need here. You, of course, can swap out your LDR, of course, to go for a Maul Reminder if you need it. Then here you can go for, like, Collector, or you can go for, like, Rapid Fire Cannon. Of course, you can also go for Guardian Angel, as I've shown here, which is probably what you want to go for most of the time. You can go for Amaranth Twin Guard if that's what you like. But what you can go for is Sterex Gauge. You can go for Sterex Gauge because the lifeline passive of Sterex Gauge and of the Shieldbow doesn't stack. So only one is going to trigger, the other one is not going to trigger. So you can't go for Sterex Gauge here. And for the spells, you generally want to take Flash and you want to take Ghost. If you need Exhaust, then you can go for Exhaust if there's assassins that can jump onto you. But in general, your Ghost is going to be, of course, really helpful for just running around in fights, in combination with your passive especially. So with all that out of the way, let's jump into talking about the gameplay. Okay, so now we're heading straight into the gameplay itself. Yeah, so this one's of course going to be an exciting one now. Went to the wrong lane here, a little bit embarrassing, but anyways, gonna get straight into it. So, first up, of course, how much burst is there on this team? Honestly, there is no real assassin, so not too much burst. However, there are a couple of factors that can lead to us getting bursted. Getting hooked in by Blitzcrank, getting ulted by Varus, getting knocked out by Ornn, getting stunned by Jax. I was like, okay, this is a pretty good match to go for Shieldbow because there's a lot of, instances of, like, damage that are, like, really quick, really hard to avoid, or, like, very easy to get burst down. And, it doesn't have to be purely against assassins that you build Shieldbow. Against this kind of, like, high like burst abilities or champions or whatnot, that can work as well. So here you notice we're actually playing a bit conservatively, but the strange thing I noticed is that actually Blitzcrank was not around. I thought he was actually hiding in the bush because that's pretty much what all the Blitzcranks do. But you notice here that I checked the bush, he's not in there, and I'm starting to realize that Blitzcrank perhaps isn't even in the lane at all, and only now he walks the lane, so could have been a little bit more aggressive there, but it did not work out. Here I get hooked by Blitzcrank, but it doesn't matter because I managed to out-trade him by a ton anyway. I pop the Ghost, try to run them down, get the 4th shot on Varus. Volibear, doesn't actually get anything done, but I appreciate the sentiment of rotating, which is what a lot of junglers fail to do. They see a fight happening, just gonna walk away and continue farming anyways, but at least this Volibear came to try to help, although nothing was really done anyways. So here, we're going to just set down some traps, as I covered in my basic guide. You always want to have traps in the river to not only scout the area, but also slow ganking opponents. So here we're just gonna pick up some items, and we're gonna just head back out into the lane. Now, I still feel that Jhin is probably one of the best ADCs in the current patch. I don't, as you guys saw in my tiers, I don't quite rank him in the S+ tier, but I do think he's somewhere in between S tier and S+ tier. I do think he's really strong, and of course he's really popular as well. Now this Blitzcrank completely trolls, but I had no idea what he was trying to do here. I don't know if he's trying to run it down, or he's actually trying to just pop the fruit and just got caught doing it. But not either way, that was not very intelligent by him. He gets caught out and he just ends up dying. Really strange match so far. Blitzcrank comes late to lane and kind of just ints it, you know, when he actually gets here. So it's really weird. This Varus is getting completely inted. And yeah, I wouldn't want to be this guy. Of course, we've had a lot of supports that, you know, has done that to us, and it's really common part of solo queue. But anyways, Blitzcrank's now back in the lane once again. We have the wave pushing in. Now he's tanking the minions for no reason. Here again, we're gonna get a good trade onto him. We got half of his health down just off of that. Here he's running in for the hook. Ends up getting hit by the wave instead. We're popping the goals, running him down. You know, third shot manages to kill him. Here we are trying to get the damage onto the Varus. Fortunately, we walk out of tower range before we are actually rooted, and we are able to actually escape. Obviously, we saw Varus hit level 5, so we know that that's going to happen. Here, I'm popping the ulti, trying to snipe the Varus, but he ends up walking out of range, so it's not gonna be too important. Nothing too much is going to happen. But we are going to be able to clear this wave, and then we can back and of course pick up more items. So yeah, I don't know. This Blitzcrank kind of just I don't think he's actually inting on purpose. I think that he just maybe isn't the best player. And it's making a little bit of bad decisions. So unfortunately for him, me and Nami are going to be the benefactors of that poor decision making, and you can see that we now both have double of Blitzcrank's goal. So that's a little bit unfortunate, and Varus in the meanwhile is just trying his best to farm and keep up. He hasn't really died yet, so Varus is doing a pretty good job of not letting his support completely ruin his lane. I mean, it kind of is, because we are really fed. Now, you know, we each have a kill and an assist, so we're definitely in good shape, but, you know, it's not completely over, and, you know, Varus is still keeping himself competitive, which is what I would have done in the situation as well. Now, Blitzcrank actually decided to roam mid instead, and decided to try to help mid. Looks like it is working, because Jax has been able to get a kill. Now here, Varus again gets caught out by the Nami ultimate, but fortunately, once again, he does survive. So here, all the action is happening in mid lane. You can see Blitzcrank is running straight to mid again. And here Dragon is about to spawn, so here we're resetting to get Shieldbow. And we do have the Shieldbow completed before Dragon, which is of course definitely a great thing. And now we're just going to run straight over to Dragon and see if we can contest it. Hopefully if our jungle comes here. It looks like Volibear might be going for the Rift Herald instead. So maybe we can just take advantage of this opportunity to push down the tower or something like that. The Jax has also gone for the Rift Herald, so it looks like a Rift Herald fight is going to ensue. And Blitzcrank looks like he's roaming back down, so we do want to be careful. Always want to take note of where he is. He looks like he's now headed back up to the mid lane, so yeah, pretty strange here. But anyways, we're just trying to take a little bit of tower plates or whatnot while this is all happening. Now Nami is now roaming, because since Blitzcrank is now in mid permanently, you know, our mid laner is kind of getting destroyed just until he gets hooked in and just dies. So Nami's going over to help. So now I'm in a 1v1 against Varus. Varus either has backed or has gone to the Herald. The Herald, like, Herald dance is still ongoing. You know, I'm having none of it though. You know, they can just walk around the Herald area for all I care. I'm just going to pick up some tower plates, already 3 plates down onto Varus's tower. And, you know, we're just enjoying the goal from all the plates. Jhin is one of the fastest pushers in the game, so you can see that we can actually push in the wave really quickly. Unfortunately, due to reload, we don't actually end up getting the cannon. But yeah, so here, you know, we're just going to wait for the next wave, because Varus, you know, has arrowed through the wave, and once again, like, a kind of semi-fight is still happening over at the Herald. It's you know, it's been over a minute of this fight happening, and the enemy team looks like they're winning, chasing our team into our base, but Volibear is coming in from behind onto the Ornn as well as the Corki, and unfortunately he does end up dying as well. So it looks like the enemy team is going to get the Herald. So what this basically means is that we're going to have to go for Dragon, because enemy team is going to secure Herald already. So on respawn, Twisted Fate and Volibear needs to run over to the Dragon and try to, of course, get the Dragon. The enemy team most likely has to reset because they're low on resources, so we should have an advantage in terms of getting the Dragon. But then again, you can see that Volibear is only just walking out of the base, so maybe not too big of an advantage. Probably there is going to be a fight at the Dragon, and that's what I'm ready for. So in lieu of that, I'm gonna quickly try to back and get items, seeing as nothing is really happening as of yet. I have a BF sword on my back, which is 40 AD. It's pretty huge. You can see that once again, there's nobody at the Dragon area except Nami. It's a pretty strange game where people are not really heavily contesting the dragons. Really, really weird. But anyways, you can see that from all of that solo farming of waves and tower plates and all, I'm now almost at 6k gold. I'm at 5.8k gold, which is, which is more than Corki, who has 5 kills. So that kind of tells you how much I've been farming. But anyways, here we're just going to go ahead and try to get the dragon. Of course, the enemy team is going to be contesting. Here we have Nami getting a little bit caught out. Varus pops the ulti. I'm trying my best to hit whoever I can. I'm blasting down, whoever I can really hit, really. But it's quite obvious that we have lost this fight. Pretty much everybody ends up dying. I try to ult and try to see if I can pick up any kills. I'm trying my best to hit the low HP targets, but Jax is kind of just blocking for them, so it's not really working out. Yeah, pretty unfortunate. So here, I'm just going to hit back to the lane, pick up this fruit that one of the enemies probably just popped, and I'm going to try to defend my tower and just pick up the farm. Now, Aatrox is here for some reason. I guess apparently to steal my waves. He has no reason to be here. But anyways, here I'm just going to back. I'm going to pick up, whatever I can. In this case, it's the Boots of Fury as well as a glove. And since he's gone to my lane, I'm just going to go to his lane instead. No reason to share minions among 3 people. And this lane is also getting pushed in. Sometimes people in solo queue do like kind of stupid things like this. The Aatrox is 0 and 3, and he decides to not only is he already screwed, but he decides to screw his team over as well by going over and trying to steal my farm. Here you can see I'm getting engaged on the Ornn. I'm popping my ghost to kite him out. Shieldbow does end up popping and pretty much takes all of the ignite damage. You can see that here I'm basically just shooting him down, and Volibear comes in for the stun, and with that he's able to help me pick up the kill onto the Ornn, and that is a 3-kill shutdown as well. So I'm getting even more fed, which is of course amazing. In the meanwhile, my team is still busy dying. You can see that at this point the kill score is like 6 kills on my team versus 14 kills on the enemy team. Enemy team has 2 towers, about to get more, got 3 with that Herald, and they also have a dragon. So you can see that this game is in really, really dire straits for me and my team. All I'm trying to do here is trying to maintain my farm and pick only good fights, which is basically what you need to do as Jhin most of the time, because Jhin is of course really, really squishy and it has very little mobility, so you can't just run in and fight people unlike other champions like Kai'Sa or whatnot. So here, I'm trying to snipe down the Corki, but unfortunately everybody just comes over. Blitzcrank just silences me and I'm in trouble. I'm probably dead here, and yeah, I do end up dying to Ornn and his CC. Volibear is trying to clean up the fight, but honestly my team is doing really, really badly at this point. Volibear is trying his best though, and unfortunately his best is not quite enough, and he does end up going down. You can see that if we take a look at the state of the game at the moment, we have a 2 and 4 Volibear, a 1 and 5 Aatrox, a 1 and 6 Twisted Fate, and me and Nami honestly aren't doing too bad. Volibear, to be honest, he isn't doing too bad either, because in terms of gold he's not doing too badly, but honestly the enemy team is getting very fed. We have a 9k gold Corki, who is already legendary, 8 and 0 at this point. Jax is 3-0 and 7 at 8k gold, and Ornn is 6 and 1 at almost 9k gold as well. Now Varus obviously is way behind. Varus and Blitzcrank are way behind than their team, obviously because they've had a really bad early game, and we've kind of been destroying them in the early game. So far, that's the only chance we have against their team, is the fact that ADC and support aren't doing very well. So here Ornn is kind of just getting caught out, getting chain CC here. You can see that Blitzcrank is trying to help him. Here we are literally 4-manning a Ornn and we can't kill him. That's how tanky he is at the moment. Here I'm able to finally pick up the kill onto the Ornn, and also onto the Blitzcrank, and here we're going to chase onto the Corki. Corki is the important target because he has an 8-kill shutdown. I want that 8-kill shutdown, so here I'm trying my best to run over. I get that 1000 gold shutdown and get the triple onto Corki. Jax is now the next target, and we're going to see if we can kill Jax. We actually get a quadra kill here, and there's one kill that I believe someone else got, the second kill, which could have been a penta kill, but unfortunately that was not the case. But either way, we're gonna just see the silver lining here, which is the fact that we are able to kill 4 people, and our team was actually so badly behind. But yeah, we take a really good fight here where we basically just destroyed the Ornn. I say destroyed, but you can see how tanky he is. I say destroyed because he was 4v1 for the longest time and his team was not helping him at all. And by the time they all came in one by one into our entire team, and we were able to basically kill all of them. So you can see that I'm putting myself in a position where I can carry the game. I'm 11k gold at this point. Again, we're targeting the Corki because Corki is the fed member of the enemy team. Here, Ornn is trying to chase in, so I'm just attacking him. I have the LDR now, so I should do, you know, quite a bit of damage to him, and we do get another kill on him. All 3 of Ornn's deaths were from me just killing him, and you can see that now I'm getting really fed. 3 crit items with the LDR completed as well, and we're trying our best to, of course, just kill whatever enemy we find in our way. I don't know where the W that I launched was going, but we do get the pick on Blitzcrank as well. And you can see the enemy team has basically just thrown the game and have basically just fallen apart at this point, which is something that's really common. Like sometimes if your team is winning really hard and you lose one fight, you know, you're thinking that, okay, this is still fine, you know, it's just one fight, it's not such a big deal, but you still think in your head that you're really strong. But you have to remember that when you lose that one fight, you're giving the enemy team so many shutdowns. Like I got like that 1k shutdown from Corki, 500 gold shutdown from Ornn, and just off of that one fight, I think I almost got one full item. So just off of that one fight, I got super duper fed, and when they chose to fight again, and this time even though they came in together, I was able to stay safe and just pick them off one by one. So you can see that now I'm 7-1 and 4 at 12k gold, which is 2k higher than like Corki, Jax, and Ornn. So you can see now that I'm the most fed member, not even of my team, but in the entire game. I'm in fact 4k gold more than anybody else on my team. And here we find another fight, and once again you can see I'm trying to stay safe. I was gonna say I'm staying safe, but I got hooked by Blitzcrank, so that's a lie. But anyway, here I'm kiting away. I run into the Ornn. I try to flash over the wall away from his ult, but unfortunately I do get hit. I get CC'd, and I do end up dying in the end. And I myself give over a huge shutdown to Corki, which is of course not very ideal. But at this point, I was able to contribute enough to the fight that my team is more or less able to clean up the fight. Corki is the last man standing, gets smited and just ends up dying. So overall, even though we finally died there and gave over our like 1k shutdown, it's not the worst in the world because our team was able to win the rest of the fight off of our contributions, and now our team is able to pick up Baron. So this is like a really good example of a game where, you know, your team basically gets really far behind, but you yourself are in, you know, okay kind of shape. And here you can see that it's starting to get spicy because, you know, the enemy team is coming to contest the Baron, and we're gonna have to peel off of the Baron here. The Blitzcrank is in trouble, dies to the Volibear. Volibear tries to ult behind onto the Varus. I'm back in the picture, so I'm gonna pan over to me. I'm gonna pop the ulti and try to snipe down the Varus. And once again, Varus walks out of the range, which is really annoying. Haven't been able to really catch anyone with my ult in this particular match, which is a little bit annoying, but hey, you know, it's not too bad a deal. So here Ornn and Corki are trying to, you know, get something done, but nothing can really be done here. I'm just going to back off before Jax can get to me, and I'm going to try my best to stay safe and DPS in the back line like what I've been doing basically throughout this whole game. Here you can see that my team has kind of like picked a fight and I'm not really there, which turns out, I mean, it could have been really bad, but thankfully I managed to reach there in time. We get the Jax, I get the reset on my Ghost. Aatrox actually picks up 2 kills. Here I'm trying my best to blast down the Ornn, but honestly it's not even too important that we get the kill onto Ornn, because, you know, we don't really even need to kill him at this point. Next wave comes in, we're able to take down the mid lane inhibitor. As you guys can see, we're on the inhibitor, we're going to take it down. Ornn is trying his best to defend alone. He gets rooted by me, and he's now getting pummeled by my whole team, and he basically just gets destroyed. So unfortunately we only have 1 minion left on the wave now, so I'm pinging to attack either the turret or Baron, because we can't end with that 1 minion, and you can see that Aatrox just tanks the Nexus and just dies, which is really stupid, of course. And yeah, so here I'm paying for Baron because the enemy team is going to have to probably deal with the mid wave and the top wave coming in. So it's not really a bad time to do Baron because they're going to be distracted. But it's a little bit risky, so instead I'm just going to back, reset, and get myself a couple of other items first. And here I'm trying to quickly take down this red buff. Obviously because I need that red buff for like the slows and the damages. And here we're heading over to the Baron area, and hopefully we can maybe try to get the Baron. Varus is obviously on the opposite side of the map, clearing the wave as we expected. So maybe we can get a pick onto Blitzcrank and then maybe do the Baron or something like that. I hit the route from downtown onto the Blitzcrank, and this should mean that Blitzcrank is dead. TF ult does come in, basically shows that only Corki and Jax are in the Baron area, so we're thinking of maybe setting a trap or running them down. Here we're trying to run them down. You can see Volibear is ulting in. Here I'm popping the Ghost to try to chase down the Corki. I flash forward to get the shot onto Corki to kill him, and now you can see that now Ornn, just takes so much damage. He's no longer that tanky anymore because we've scaled, and now Jax is going to be the next target. And now we don't even actually need the Baron. I'm just pinging to end the game. And here Varus, can't really do very much to defend the base by himself. And here we're just going to go ahead and end the game. Maybe try to pick up one last kill on Varus if we want to, but we're just going to end the game here. So I'm going to leave you guys with the stats as usual. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and goodbye.